Today I'm going to teach you my 3 best psychological tricks to help you get your ex back. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to teach you a secret technique that will help you appear more attractive to your ex no matter the situation you find yourself in. Oh yeah, and it would really help me out if you actually looked below and clicked on the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can get notified anytime I put out a new video or even respond to your comments. That's right, if you comment on any of my YouTube videos, I am going to do my very best to get back to you. Probably the biggest misconception I see happening when people look at psychological techniques is that they think they are the magic bullet solution to everything. They're not. Look, there's a lot that goes into getting an ex back, and while these psychological techniques that I'm about to teach you will help you massively, you cannot just totally rely on them to get you results. So, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's talk about the 3 biggest psychological techniques that you can use to help you get your ex back. Technique number 1 is the interdependence theory. The interdependence theory is a psychological theory that states that human beings really make commitment decisions on costs and benefits. In other words, we're always looking to maximize the benefits and minimize the costs. But really the million-dollar question is, when you look at a cost and benefit scenario, what is the criteria that human beings are using for commitment decisions? Well, in my humble opinion, there are 6. Satisfaction, alternatives, investment, fear of loss, scarcity, and urgency. The interdependence theory looks at these 6 factors, and based on how you quote-unquote score on these 6 factors, it will really tell us a lot about how your ex can make a commitment decision. For example, if your ex was unsatisfied with the relationship and thinks that he or she can do better than you, which would be alternatives, chances are they're not going to stay committed to you in a long-term relationship. On the other hand, if you look at a situation where satisfaction is good, alternatives are low, and you've put a lot of investment into the relationship, that's a pretty good cocktail for a great relationship commitment decision. Psychological technique number 2, misattribution of emotions. The misattribution of emotions theory really theorizes that human beings can misattribute emotions onto people that they're around. Sounds kind of funky, right? Well, actually, an experiment was done in which an audience was asked to rate the attractiveness level of a band that was about to play. Once that attractiveness level had been rated, the band then went on to play music. At the intermission point, the audience was asked the same exact question again. How attractive are the band members? Each band member saw a significant increase in their attractiveness level. Scientists believe that in this particular instance, the emotions that people felt when they heard this band played made them feel good. And so they attributed those emotions to the first thing that made sense, the band members who played the music. As a result, they appeared more attractive to the audience. Here's my point. If you are going to take your ex on a date, make sure you take them to do something exciting so that they can misattribute those exciting emotions onto you, and you will appear more attractive. Sneaky, right? Psychological technique number 3, the scarcity principle. So what the heck is the scarcity principle? Well, simply put, human beings tend to cherish things that are not in abundance and not really cherish things that are. Basically, we're more attracted to people who aren't available. This is actually one of the primary reasons for why strategies like the no contact rule work. It makes you a scarce resource. In economics, the scarcity principle is all about supply and demand. Typically speaking, when there's high demand and low supply, you have a scarce resource. The problem is, in your particular case where you're trying to get your ex back, you have a low demand, your ex really doesn't want to get you back, and kind of a high supply. You want to get back with your ex. So, how can you manipulate the equation so that you appear more scarce towards your ex? Well, one thing we know for a fact is we really can't manipulate supply. There's only one of you to go around, hopefully. Unless you jumped into like a time travel machine or something. So all you're really left with to manipulate is the demand. Basically, try to find more people that will hit on you or show interest in you around your ex. Once they realize you're highly sought after, you have become a scarce resource.